Folks, today on the Stoney Ridge Farm Channel, we are building raised beds and planting edible gardens. Come along, let's have some fun. Woo!
I ain't afraid of work, I ain't afraid of play, I ain't afraid to get the job done and do it my own damn way. I ain't afraid of life, times like this. If you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss. That's right. I said if you mess with my freedom, I'll tell you just what you can kiss.
What a mess. Guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. I'm putting stuff together. This is a raised bed, and come on outside. Today we're going to have some fun. We're going to be putting in some edible landscapes out here by our outdoor kitchen. That way we can pick the fruits of our labors and have a beautiful landscaped area. This is the outdoor kitchen, and these are the raised beds from Vajega. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'll post it across the screen somewhere right here. This is a raised bed, that's a raised bed. We've got two more to construct, and we're gonna be putting them right here where the rain falls off the roof into the raised bed. Got some cool edible landscapes we're gonna show you guys, and we're gonna get busy making this place look pretty. There'll be a link down the video description to these awesome raised beds for you, and this video is sponsored by these guys. Thanks a lot for supporting rural content. Each one of these raised beds, and this is the 9-in-1, that's what we have here. You can make 9 different configurations. I'm just doing one configuration, which is that longer bed. They're 17 inches tall, which saves your back when you bend over, and we've got tons of raised beds here on the property. The raised beds in the garden are starting to fail. They're made of white oak, they're made of wood, and they're starting to come apart. When you have a metal raised bed like this, and I've got several on the farm already, they just last. They don't weather, they don't wear, they don't rust so much. You've got a very strong, heavy-duty coating on here, and these beds are really, really strong. This is, I believe, the slate gray configuration. I like the gray. I thought it looked really good, but they offer multiple colors, guys. We're going to get this put together, and the reason why I'm converting from wood raised beds to metal raised beds is because the wood eventually is going to fail and it is going to rot, and I'll have to replace them, where this is probably more of a lifetime product, more of a gonna last me 5 to 10 to 15 years as long as I take good care of it. So let's get busy. We'll put all these together and we'll show you what we're putting in our edible landscapes here on the Stoney Ridge. I think it's important to have beautiful flowers, but it's also important to have beautiful food. So in the fall, in the spring, we have things that fruit at different times, and we'll be able to make preserves, and we're planting some really cool stuff in these raised beds. So this comes with nuts and bolts and screws. There's a little baggie inside the packaging, and it comes with a little wrench just like this. You can use that wrench and a screwdriver to tighten them down, or you can do what we're gonna do, which is use our Milwaukee Impact. Just be careful. If you over tighten, you can break these screws off. Ask me how I know. Let's get busy. So it comes with really good instructions, guys, but you really don't need instructions so much on this. You just need to know not to over tighten, because if you over tighten, you're gonna break the screws. Here's exactly what I do. I'll put my screw in, a nut and a washer, and loosely tighten. And I'm gonna get every one of these in place loosely, just finger tight, and then I'm gonna go around and snug everything up. This is a fairly large piece, so if you don't have a table that's this big, you can just put it together out on the ground. Probably gonna take you somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 minutes to put your first one together, and then after that, they're gonna roll pretty quick. It's just a little head scratching at first, and I don't know about you, but most people don't read instructions like they should. I don't, I'm very guilty of it. But when we get done, we're gonna have something really, really nice. Something that's different with these types of raised beds versus the cheaper type of raised beds, and I'm gonna show you an example real quick. I've got the cheaper raised bed pieces right over here, and the cheaper raised beds don't have the ribbing that's quite as nice as these. So these are kind of rolled, where the Vajega has a different shape to it. See how that's shaped differently? I like these. They're much more stiff and it seems to be thicker. Seems to be better quality material than other raised beds that I have built in the past. This one also comes with these rods that mount in the very center to keep it from opening up. So if you've got a really long raised bed, which these are going to be, I think, 80 or 90 inches, a really long raised bed like that will tend to open, okay? It'll tend to splay out. Those bars, you put these in the middle and that stops that from happening. Let me tell you exactly. These are 17 inches high and they are 8 feet long. Oh, baby. So they weigh in at probably 40 pounds, something like that, 35 to 40 pounds each. Let me show you where we're gonna put them. All these 4 beds are gonna go right here along this edge. We will put a diffuser on the edge of the outdoor kitchen right here so that it will not put a stream of water down, but it'll sprinkle water down on these. Basically, we're just gonna set them right on the concrete here. We're gonna level them up nice so that they're all just about the same. And then we're gonna run down to the garden with the cast loader and grab some good garden soil. So I think the first step is positioning them in the correct place. I don't know that I might only use 3 of them. Maybe one here, and one here, and then take one down to the house. Super easy to carry and manipulate. Let's see here. We're gonna go right dead center, 12 inches off the sidewalk. See where we need to go. Bonsai. Perfect. Okay, so we got them all in place. Let's show you guys. They're all level and plumb, squared up with each post that they're centered in between. So let's go get some soil, and then we're gonna top it off with some bags of potting soil that I bought over here so it looks nice and pretty. I broke the window. In case you guys don't know what a cast loader is, this is a little mini articulating loader, 57 horsepower. We're gonna hook up to a Raptor bucket, go down to a dirt pile that I've been building for the last, gosh, I'm gonna say 8 years or so. Good garden soil. We're gonna fill these up and then we'll top them off with a little bit of topsoil, or you can just basically use potting soil. So let's talk about what we're putting in each bed. A lot of these beds are going to get perennials, meaning they're going to come back year after year. Some of these beds are going to get annuals. These are some plants that I planted. There's some basil and some parsley, which is stuff that we cook with all the time. And I'm trying some rhubarb. This will be my first time trying rhubarb. Tell me guys, does rhubarb come back year after year? It says May, June. That'll be the time to harvest. So it's pretty close to time to harvest. So what we're going to do is take the rhubarb, put them in each end right here, and then we're going to fill in with the rest of it. And we're also going to put some Goliath sunflowers in here also. So maybe like 4 of those. And then as we go down, let's show you what else we're putting in these beds. So this is south. We catch the southward sun right here. So this will be full sun. And what we're going to put in here are some Turkish figs. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Turkish figs, and we're basically just gonna hit these boxes up. Turkish figs, and also we're gonna plant some blueberries. Got several different varieties of blueberries. This will not be the last bit of landscaping here. There's gonna be much, much more, probably around the other side right there too. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground. I'll show you guys how I dress up one of the beds, and that way you'll understand everything that I do to make this really right and perfect and pretty. So the water will fall right off the roof and barely hit in here. Okie dokie. Let's get our plants up here in a good working area. First, we'll start with our rhubarb. And all we got to do with this wonderful garden soil we have here is simply scoop out some dirt and put it in. That easy. Shake this guy out. It's a really nice pot. I picked these up at Lowe's day before yesterday. There we go. We're not going to bury it all the way up like you typically would think, because we're going to come in here with some topsoil and doll this up a little bit with some store-bought soil, I guess, so it looks prettier. Okay, rhubarb number 1 is in place. Rhubarb number 2. All right, that's in place. Simple, easy gardening, guys. You can do this. Basil. Another basil right here. There we go. Felt like a rock, but it wasn't. Parsley. Got to be a little more careful with our potting soil on this one because they're smaller, more fragile plants. We'll just take our potting soil, smooth it out. Somebody fussed at me the other day. They said, "You're buying dirt with all that land?" Yep, sure am. We're bringing soil amendments to the farm. Imagine that. You sleeping? Are you sleeping? What are you doing? Shake it? You want to shake? Oh, the good boy. Yahoo! We got it done. Awesome. Take a look at the raised bed garden. This is going to be a permanent structure here on the Stoney Ridge Farm, right here beside our beautiful outdoor kitchen space. Really cool. So let's just take you around and show you. We've got 3 different varieties of blueberries in that one. We've got figs, Turkish figs, another variety of blueberry called powder blue blueberry there, another fig, 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 and then all of our annuals will go in here. We've also gone in and just basically stuck a sunflower seed about every 3 feet here, so In between these plants, we'll have some big, beautiful, tall Goliath sunflowers. Big shout out to Vajayga for sponsoring today's video, for helping us out and getting some awesome raised bed gardens here up by our outdoor kitchen. It's all about edible landscapes here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. I love flowers. Flowers are beautiful. We'll plant flowers in between, but having edible landscapes really makes your place shine. So you can just walk through, grab a handful of blueberries, and get back to work. Thanks, guys. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Love to have you back here with me on the Stoney Ridge. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Edible garden. Some raised beds gardens. Raised beds gardens. Dude, did I eat a bug? Ah.
I'm breathing like a horse and I spilled some dirt.
Did you say bye? Did you say bye-bye to everybody? Did you say bye-bye?
Did you say bye-bye? Oh my goodness gracious.